Hello everybody, today I want to talk to you about a console that was named the PS5 of NES and Famicom consoles. There's two reasons it was named this, one being that it is an FPGA console and not a clone console, which means it runs real hardware, it's not on a chip, and the other reason is of its outrageous price point. It was around $500 USD when it released. They don't sell it anymore, so the prices are even more outrageous now than they were when they released. Here is the Analog NT Mini Noir. It's an interesting looking console, right? One thing I really do like about it is the material that's used. It's like this alloy metal. It's not very plasticky. It feels very strong and long lasting. Another thing that I like about it is on the back, it's open and you can see like the inner board and the FPGA label right there. Made in China, designed in the USA by Analogue. This console is actually the second console that Analogue actually released. The very first console that they released was a consoleized version of the AES, which is known as the MVS. It was very expensive, but most of the AESs are expensive. But it is a beautiful console. It has a wood grain to it. And then after that, they started to work on FPGA consoles, the first being the NES. This version of the Analog NT Mini Noir is actually, I believe, one of the second or third versions of the NES console that they released. This one plays both Famicom and NES. Show off the console a bit more. On the back, we see here the RCA cable input. This is to connect to your computer, also connect to your computer. The power input, there's a USB, HDMI. It puts it straight from 1080p. The quality is beautiful. Power button right here. Port right here for your Famicom. Port here for your NES. It has 4 controller ports. This is the Analogue logo. Over here, you put a memory card and it has firmware updates that you have to update the console to. Why would someone want to spend the money to get this unit? Convenience. I would say that's the biggest pro for this unit is convenience. Since this console is already created the way it is, easily connected to modern TVs, you don't have to mod anything, you don't have to do anything. That convenience, a lot of people may look at it and be like, okay, I mean, it is pricey, but it's better than me trying to add an HDMI port to an NES and possibly messing it up. But at the same time, it is still way too pricey. Now, is it worth the price? For most, probably not. They could just buy an NES and a Famicom and just plug those in regularly, plug those into a CRT and just play it like that. But with that, you would have to get a lot of different materials to try to make the gameplay look as modern as possible. So now let me show off this console and see exactly what you're getting when you pay this price point for. So for this unit, since we don't need an RCA, we could just get an HDMI, plug it in straight here, and then we will get the AC adapter, plug right here. Actually could change and you could put different ports for different countries. So the Analog NT Mini Noir does come with a controller. It is not an analog controller, but they have worked with a company called 8-Bit Do, and they make a wireless version of different types of game console controllers. This one was packed in with an NES style controller, and it comes with a port that you just plug in right here. It's on HDMI, so now you would turn this unit on. You'd hold down the power button right here, and once you do that, this light shows up right here. You could barely see it, but there's a light right there. This awesome Analog OS shows up, the start screen. See, the controller is connected wirelessly, perfectly fine. One thing that's very convenient about this unit is I have all these games here for us to test, and they are a bunch of different types of NES, Famicom, Famiclone games. One's from Brazil, and it should play every single one of them flawlessly. So let's try Super Mario Brothers 2. All you have to do is plug it in here. Then it says run cartridge. Click B. And there we go. Pick wherever you want. Pick Mario. So as you see, this is playing straight from the HDMI. It is using the 1080p. The quality that it's receiving is much higher than RCA, and it's built with the HDMI, so it's not just upscaling, it's just how the console was made. Now, we'll try Super Hermanos. This is a Brazilian version of Super Mario Brothers, and it should work just as intended. Plug it in right here. Turn the unit back on. With this occurring right now, I believe I'm able to do this. I could unplug this while the system is on. Clean out the cartridge, click home, click run cartridge, and it should start it just like that without me having to restart the actual unit. And there you are, playing Mario Brothers 1, also known as Super Hermanos, with no issue. So can I get the high jump? Yep. And now to pause the game, you just click start. And then you can click home, and while it's like this, I could take the cartridge out and we could try The Legend of Zelda. I didn't even click run cartridge there. I didn't know it could do that. It's a favorite thing. So now this is Dragon Quest 2 on the Famicom. Run cartridge. And there we go. So there's a lot of clipping that's happening on here. I don't know if you see it, notice it right here. That's mainly because of this monitor itself. That usually does not happen. Like some slime right here. Oh, I guess I just ran off. Now I want to show some of the games that I wasn't able to run on the Russian Dendy. They should all work on here. There we go. So we ran it just as intended. I've already shown this off before, so I won't go too into it. Let's go to the edition. No. Interesting. So it looks like this does run, but the issue is either that the FPGA itself is having trouble figuring out exactly what this game is because it's a 26-in-1, or it's because the things that are in the Super are not essentially in here. So with that, let's jump into the Dendy and see some games that I wasn't able to show before. This here is Power Blade 2. It is from the Dendy, and you just plug it in. Power Blade 2. Start. Yeah, it looks cool. It looks kind of like Duke Nukem. It's interesting. Most games, whenever you start them, it feels like you have to go right, but in this one, you're going left first. It's like a Metroid style game. And yeah, so there's some Power Blade 2 for you. And now let me show off this other cartridge from the Dendy. It's one of the bigger cartridges. The TV game, the Zen Intergalactic Ninja. I really wanted to try this on the Dendy, but it didn't work at all. So I'm hoping it'll work on here. Toxic Factory, Zen is in this factory. Zen is in the factory which emits harmful toxins into the air. Zen must escape before the bombs explode. So you play as a guy named Zen. Oh! And it looks like there's some issues. I'm guessing it just really needs a very deep clean. But as you saw, that this unit right here plays pretty much every type of NES, Famicom, Famiclone, you name it, it should play. And also, a lot of people do mod these, and whenever they do mod it, they do put a lot of different consoles and games on it and just full on play whatever they want. Me personally, I like playing games on the consoles that it was intended for, so I don't usually mod my systems, but I think modding is great, and I think more people should do it. And yeah, so there's Analogue's NT Mini Noir, the FPGA system that's known as the PS5 of NES and Famiclones. Now, would you agree that to be true? Or would you say it's just a fluff and just way too expensive for anyone to be spending on a unit like this? While I do enjoy this console, I do think it's very difficult for people to get into, mainly because of the price point. And I feel like more games, more consoles should become more affordable so more people can enjoy in this thing that we all love and share together. Video games. That's what it's all about, right? And yeah, guys, so this right here was the Analogue NT Mini Noir. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and have a fantastic day.